guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you guys for Black Sails Season 3, Episode 9.
2 to go, and it's not looking good for Charles, man.
Last episode, we rescued Jack!
Yes,
Finally.
but it ended with Charles being captured because he stayed behind.
Fuck.
It's not looking good. Rogers came back bloodied, and we're thinking that, you know, even though, like, Billy's gonna come and try to convince people to turn against Rogers when it comes to Charles, like make them understand like Charles was one of you and he was the best of you, so you don't want him to die, so make it hard for Rogers to do it without getting the crowds angry at him. But we're thinking that at this point Rogers is gonna have to become that monster that he talked about.
After so many losses, like Flint, the money, Spain, he needs to send a very strong message.
Yeah.
So hanging Charles, that's a strong message.
I think he's done being nice, so we'll have to see. Right now, Eleanor is gonna face Charles, and she did say she didn't know how she was gonna react, but the way she portrays him, at least she says there's no love left, right? He is the monster that killed her father. So we'll see how it goes, but I don't think she can go one way or the other. She needs to be in control, like Rogers is usually in control of his emotions. That's stronger than lashing out. And he's a pawn right now. Like Charles is something you can play on that chessboard, and they're gonna need it because they have no money, right? Like Spain is gonna be showing up with the intention of fighting back. Like they're gonna want him dead. So Rogers needs as much as he can, and yeah, right now his only pawn is Charles. We'll see. Hornigold is on his way to the Walrus, right? Well, I mean, he's on his way to the crew, and we might have to escape quickly, so we have no time to prepare a rescue. I don't really know what they're gonna do, but we don't have the strength to face the Armada, to face their ships, so, and we have to answer to Maddie as well, right? It's 50-50. Flint is not the only one in charge. There was also this big conversation in last episode about the sacrifices needed to get to that cause, like that you need, like to get that better future for everyone else.
Yeah.
That might include fighting back against your man or leaving someone behind, like not listening to what you want, your own emotions. So this is where we are. We'll see what happens. I don't have high hopes right now, so can you change that episode? I don't know. We will see, but yeah, let's jump in this episode and see what happens next. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
All right, let's go.
Battleship
Oh
fight.
my gosh, we need to get rid of Hornigold, please.
Or, yeah, fight him. He's a menace right now. He's been on our tail for too long. They got him and the money. Was it worth Charles?
Should be sighting the island soon.
And Hornigold.
He's 2 miles astern, give or take. He'll be tied ferrying everyone ashore before he's upon us, but Mr. Silver has suggested a radical solution. I noticed that you've logged it. If you're concerned about the men stealing from it...
I am concerned about the men stealing from it. But it is not the treasure that concerns me most. Charles Vane's sacrifice is in that box.
Yeah.
That's his friend's life right there.
If your man is unsuccessful in seeing to his rescue Charles Vane's death, it's inside that box.
Yeah, I will not risk it.
He's not fucking giving it to anybody.
Along with her lost love, along with your late quartermaster's life.
Everything they sacrificed is in that fucking box.
The awful sacrifices made to assemble that box are now part of its contents, and those things are sacred things that I trust in no man's hand.
It's a lot more than money.
Yeah. So nobody touch that fucking box!
It'll be after Anne and I walk away with it. Once the smoke is cleared and all is done.
Captain, it's time.
Like, if someone was to fucking leave with that money and make it worthless, like what they gave for it, I'd be so pissed. And yeah, the big question, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Did she prepare a speech?
She's here to
I,
read
Charles
his death sentence.
do hereby plead guilty to the charges of treason. I understand that the sentence for my crimes is to be hanged by the neck. It is my hope that in exchange for this plea, I might be spared the humiliation of a public trial, but that my execution be carried out privately and mercifully.
I don't think it's his style at all to sign this.
Yeah, nope.
At noon tomorrow, you'll be transported under guard to the bay. where you'll be boarded onto the Shark and sent to London to face a court of the Admiralty. Agree to this plea and the governor will endorse it. And your experience in London will be short and dignified.
You came all the way down here to ask me to beg for mercy.
She knows it's not his style
Charles
either.
is not a man who begs.
Even if I did sign that, we both know how empty the victory would be. Seeing as you don't give a shit about my piracy or my treason.
Yeah.
The only crime of mine that angers you is the one that no one else cared enough about to even call a crime.
Oh,
True.
Am I wrong? Is the murder of Richard Guthrie mentioned anywhere on that page?
You fucking coward. When Charles Vane takes something from a man, he looks him in the eye and gives him a chance to deny him. It was always bullshit. You stole my father from me in the dead of night like a rank fucking cutpurse, and you did it because you weren't man enough to face me.
you did things to him too, girl.
Knowing that I had finally begun to build something with him, that I was finally able to see the good in him.
But he knew it was gonna hurt you. It's true, he also spent years hearing her badmouth him.
All your life, you knew this. And suddenly he walks back through your door, tells you he can give you all of the things you want, tells you I'm your enemy, and just like that, his love is sacred and mine is an inconvenient obstacle to your ambition.
He does have a point.
A man you love, shunted aside in favor of the next who will tell you whatever you want to hear.
It's true. Like I said, she did shit to him as well.
Goodbye, Charles.
And you can't face that truth.
He betrayed you, Eleanor.
What?
When my men brought him to me first, he begged for mercy, promised to make me rich.
We will never know if that's
When he
true, but
realized neither had any effect, he promised to deliver you to me.
is it true? Maybe probably.
It is.
Promised to exchange your life for his. That is who your father was, Eleanor.
I feel like she wouldn't react like this if she didn't think deep down that it was true. Because it's just confirmation of her worst fears.
She doesn't want to know the truth. I mean, she knows the truth, but she doesn't want to hear it.
You are not a man. You're deformed, unformed, and missing all that which takes shape through a mother's love. I cannot comprehend what you took from me, or why it was good, because there is no goodness in you. There is no humanity in you.
That's not true.
You are an animal.
You're not any better.
True. Both of them are selfish in their own way.
Nessa is moving on from you, and so am I.
I don't think that she would have done the same.
It's a powerful speech and a powerful scene. After everything else, I'm finding it really hard to feel bad for her.
Unfortunately, I do not feel bad for her because she
made her fucking bed.
She only thinks about herself, unfortunately.
What is this?
He insisted upon seeing his senior counselors
Why is he doing it in his bedroom?
because I confined him to his bed.
He was fine a few hours ago.
He collapsed after you left.
He stayed strong for you.
How long can we wait for Captain Barnacle to return before we can assume that he's failed to seize Captain Flint's ship?
If Captain Hornigold fails to retrieve the cash, then we will redouble our efforts and try again. When he returns, it would be easier for me to prosecute those efforts if I'm not dead from exhaustion. Until I'm able to recover my health, I'll ask that all information you need to relay to me be done through Miss Guthrie here.
She's in charge.
On this issue, I need no counsel, Mr. Soames. Thank you. Thank you all.
She knows what she's doing, and I trust her judgment.
Maybe he thinks that the more he trusts her and gives her that, right? That confidence, the more she'll stay by his side. You give her that trust. That's what she wants. Charles literally said, you're going towards the next man who gives you everything you want.
Yeah.
You collapsed.
You saw him.
Yes.
I know what you took with you into that cell. Just tell me whether you were able to leave it behind in that cell.
There is no leaving it behind. But I'm ready to move forward.
I mean, in that, okay. Character-wise, like, that's what she needs. Because it's a part of her past, and, like, she made decisions, now she's with Rogers, move on.
Hang the starboard and stern anchors.
Thinks we've lost our minds.
Always a possibility.
With you two, always.
He was carrying out the order, so I have to hope he sees some credibility in it.
That or he doesn't know how to say no to both of us at the same time.
I mean, with the two of you,
I'm afraid.
who can say no, right?
Is he the idea?
Some?
Are you fucking kidding me?
What are they gonna do?
When I offered this suggestion, I told you it was just a suggestion. You said it would work.
He doesn't trust it at all.
In the absence of any better suggestions, yours was worth a try. Why isn't he reducing sail?
Are they gonna just fucking... Maybe.
If we miss our mark by as little as a boat's length, it could be catastrophic.
He knows.
Okay. They are so crazy.
I mean, they don't really have a choice, right?
Hard to port, Mr. Williamson.
Aye, sir.
Let fall the starboard anchor!
Drift.
Hard to starboard, if you please, Mr. Williamson.
They don't have time to, you know, drop anchor further away and then send people, I guess, so they're gonna have to get as close as possible.
That's the bow!
Yeah, it's about getting off that ship as quickly as possible so they don't have time to kill all of them. What better way than to literally put the ship on the beach? Get off the boat! Get off the boat!
Douse the topsails!
It's a good thing it works for them to be like wild and crazy.
Open the gun ports!
Take the courses and come about on the starboard tack. Break off our pursuit, sir. Lest you'd like to approach into the teeth of his broadsides. Bring us up the coast, we'll deploy our men onto the sand, free of his great guns, and then march them into...
Oh no.
engage.
They're not alone.
Oh no.
They can't engage on the beach with that many people.
No, they cannot.
We are living in a world where Nassau has embraced English rule, and where the last man to stand up and defy England is about to be shipped back there to be hanged. And exactly no one seems to give a shit about it. So, I'm here to remedy all that. The first order of business is rescuing Captain Vane.
There are 100 redcoats between him and the front door of the fort. He's set to be shipped out tomorrow. There isn't nearly time to find him.
Of course there isn't. So we need to make sure they don't ship him out. Not tomorrow, not ever. We force them to try him here. Buy ourselves days, maybe weeks, and we find a plan to set him free.
How?
By making sure people give a shit about it.
Okay. That's what he said he was gonna do, so... I do feel that he's gonna escalate things and accelerate things too, so...
Yeah.
Although, if he leaves for London, it's done. So, he's right that we can't let that happen.
How long before their force arrives?
A week, more or less, before the governor's forces arrive on our coasts.
Barely anything.
Much preparation to do and little time to do it. What happened to him?
We don't go there.
It was all a misunderstanding.
You know, it's too late to turn on one another.
It has been taken care of.
What was that?
Sort of.
And Dobbs assaulted him. I didn't mention it to you because... I don't know, I just didn't.
Because he's in charge.
It's been sorted.
He's so in charge.
Good. Sorted how? I had 3 men hold him down while Dooley and Wayne administered a beating. The message was received.
That's like... Impressive.
Sorted.
That little smile. I think he's shocked, but he wouldn't have done it better. Because he didn't expect this from John.
No, he did not.
When, like, the last time they had a conflict like this, he didn't know how to handle it, and he just showed up and killed one of them, right?
I was there, in Nassau, and she's there. Eleanor is there, at the right hand of the governor.
And in his bed.
She is one of them now. I stood in Nassau and I realized when this war begins, it will have many different meanings. But to you, this war is a civil war.
Yeah.
Between 2 cities you held together for so long. You will have daughters on both sides of it. And I want you to know.
It's nice of her to address this like that, calmly.
You.
And maybe he cared about Eleanor, but never as much.
You have information about the identity of the spy within our midst. It's Adele.
Adele cannot be a good spy if she's get caught up.
Have you told anyone of this? No. Why not? I know Eleanor engaged you those months ago to watch me. If you took this information to her, it would likely garner you credit with her at my expense.
Maybe she believes you're stronger than Eleanor.
I know you have considered it.
Eleanor Guthrie used that chair not just to vanquish her enemies, but to create new ones. Because some people can only understand themselves through the eyes of those who hate them. Miss Guthrie has new clothes now.
She didn't change.
Miss Guthrie has new friends now. But to my eye, she looks the same.
You think I will outlast her here, so you would cast your lot with me and not her?
Something like that, yes, ma'am.
She's been playing the game more intelligently, I think, than Eleanor. And quickly, too.
Yeah.
When I sent for you, there were approximately 20 of them. In 10 minutes, it has grown twofold.
What is he saying?
That the law and order promised by the new regime is little more than a veneer, behind which Eleanor Guthrie has returned to settle old scores.
Ah, like she turned you against Charles because of her own little revenge thing. And because of her need for power.
To stand in the way of any attempt to remove Charles Vane off the island.
So it's working!
If he's to be tried, it must be here, where they can see it with their own eyes.
Make sure it's not just a fallacy.
Hold his trial here. To begin with, the lawyers aren't even sure that we have the authority to do that without a judge yet appointed. And even if it were legitimate, proceeding like that would last weeks.
That's what they want.
Judge of a dark past just when progress is so near at hand.
A little time spent confronting the past may be the lesser evil.
I can't believe this is a coincidence.
There's always a reason why it's happening, you know that.
I understand the governor has tasked you with being his eyes and ears where he convalesces. In this particular instance, he would be wise to make sure whatever happens to Captain Vane, those men have no reason to believe it happened because of you.
It's true that if she's in charge of the trial, they're gonna think she's biased.
Whatever happens will be the governor's decision, of course.
Hence why they would want it to happen here. Like, they want to see those reasons. Is he being hanged for the right reasons or just because she's being petty?
Yeah.
And if it's about liking Charles or liking her, they have a lot more reasons to hate her.
I warned you. The closer you let me get to you, the more dangerous I would be. I've never given a damn what people think of me, but I give a damn what you think. I hope that when you wake, you will understand why I did what I did. It was all I could think to do to protect you. The only way I know how.
What are you fucking planning? If she's really, you know, she's not lying about her feelings for him, maybe she plans on, you know, turning people's hatred towards her and not him by getting, you know, taking care of the Charles problem.
Don't know.
We're about to enter into a battle where every man must be behind us, as any man with motive not to be so could sink us. It would seem that you have made sure that he has one.
If it had gotten out what he did, most of our men would be dead, and those that weren't would be back in those cages right now.
So you sent the vanguard to make sure that he understood this?
To prevent him from getting any ideas about doing it again.
Great minds think alike. And I love that the student is slowly, you know, becoming better.
That's not why you did it.
Really?
I'd hazardly guess that you learned of what had happened, told him how fucking stupid he was.
That he did.
He gave you a look that amounted to something less than contrite.
Basically,
But in
fuck
that
you,
moment,
I do what I want.
Darkness.
See? He's denying it still, but it's happening.
The disrespect.
Difference to the authority.
Like, they don't care
There's so much to
that you're in charge.
disdain for refusing to acknowledge that his actions, had you not intervened, would have led to an outcome that he would have held you responsible for reversing.
Yep.
You heard a voice telling you that disciplining him would prevent him from repeating the offense. A voice that sounded like reason, and there was reason to it, as the most compelling lies are comprised almost entirely of the truth.
He's playing with his head now.
That's what it does.
It is true that.
Cloaks itself in whatever it must to move you to.
Basically, do you understand now why I became who I am?
Yeah.
It's hard to deny
Likely it
that truth.
to consume you entirely without you ever even knowing it was there.
You're becoming like me.
He literally is saying you can't judge now because you're starting to see it.
If you and I are to lead these men together,
Now, stay in control, too.
you must learn to know its presence well.
It's basically...
You may use it rather than it use you.
He's basically saying, I opened the door to a dark power, now you need to understand how to control it.
Experience with this, I imagine.
Yes.
More than you know.
In fear of such a thing within you.
That's his day-to-day fucking life.
You have much to learn, young Padawan.
Literally. He went on the same path to better understand him.
I can't tell if this was a warning or a welcome.
Maybe
Oh,
both.
welcome. But it's both. It's both.
It's both. Because he's like, now you're starting to understand me and how hard it is to be me. So, welcome to my world, but be careful because it can consume you.
But it
I
is
think
true that
I think he's dead.
Oh.
I think that's just... Yeah.
Yeah.
Farewell, R.I.P. You were a great guy.
Farewell, Mrs. Scott.
Sorry. I don't know what to say.
Can't stay strong all the time.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't get word until it was done. The governor has scrapped his plans to move Captain Vane off the island and then scheduled an accelerated trial for the captain here in Nassau.
When have they scheduled it to begin?
In the middle of the night. Last night.
Shit.
It's already happened.
While everyone was
Judge
asleep.
appointed here.
They appointed a judge, they impaneled the jury. It was over before anyone knew it began.
She rushed it.
No.
They mean to hang him today.
Oh shit.
Fuck, so not even last episode.
Oh shit.
She went against law. She rushed it. So they couldn't complain and do shit about it.
When the governor arrived, a bargain was struck. Authority was ceded in exchange for which the law returned.
And now you're not following the law.
Made outcomes more predictable. But this outcome would seem most unpredictable.
The law was adhered to.
If the bargain changes, there is no telling what else would change as a result, and what chaos may abound.
You're not being careful.
I am your friend, and I will help you, whatever challenges may lie down, whatever road you may choose. But as your friend, I am simply asking you to consider how treacherous this road may be.
She's literally falling back into old patterns.
This is no attempt to circumvent the law. Indeed, the governor felt that it was necessary in order to protect it. It was a hard choice,
For you, he had no fucking say in this.
but an earnest one.
See, I was afraid he was gonna be like, no more nice guy. Instead, it's her doing exactly what I was afraid she was gonna do, which is let her emotions take
Took the
over.
goddamn decision.
I didn't think she was gonna have the power to do this, but he literally left everything in her hands.
I assume you understand what is to happen.
Oh, don't do
It can be
this.
loud, confusing.
Please no.
Men who have never experienced fear are said to know it for the first time. But in this moment, there is quiet, an opportunity to find some measure of peace. In this moment, you have the opportunity to enter into that moment with a clear conscience. I can help you do that, to repent.
I don't think he regrets his life choices.
And for with you.
I understand you believe your violence is justified in the name of a defiance of tyranny.
He was a fucking slave. He fought for freedom.
Whatever remorse I have or do not have is my own. That I choose not to share it with you. Says more about you than it does about me.
Me? I am a shepherd.
You are the sheep.
He's so strong as a character.
Whatever I have to say to God, I'll tell him myself. Not at all.
It's his choice. Fear is never gonna make him bend to any other master. It's always gonna be his fucking choice. That's what he's saying, basically.
Yeah.
Position your men around the crowd. When they try and shout him down, raise Eleanor, Guthrie, raise whatever I have to try and strike a chord. Hopefully it'll be enough to start a frenzy. Then the chaos of it will make a move to free Captain Vane. Go.
I'm putting my faith in Billy right now.
Oh my god, we need to do something.
Constant threat to every decent, God-fearing citizen among us.
Just to show that people fucking, like, are sheep. They were all friends with him until recently, and now we're hearing slurs being, thrown at him.
Marks the silencing of the most disruptive of those voices, and a step towards the return of civilization in Nassau.
Is he saying no?
What's happening? Wait. But you're about to find the news. I know, just wait.
And then God's will.
He doesn't want to know.
What? Why?
Nassau. Does the condemned have anything to say before the sentence?
We'll see, maybe he'll say it. Maybe because he doesn't want to run away again.
You brought me here today. Do not fear me. They brought me here today because they fear you.
Oh, he's gonna change things just by saying
Because they know
stuff.
that my voice, a voice that refuses to be enslaved, once lived in you. And may yet still. They brought me here today to show you death and use it to frighten you into ignoring that voice.
He's gonna make himself a fucking martyr, man.
We are many. They are few. To fear death is a choice, and they can't hang us all.
His death will have a bigger impact, so he's letting himself die.
I don't want him to die.
Jesus.
Billy.
He wants it to happen.
It's all right.
He doesn't want to look like he's afraid of them, so he's running away. He's facing it head on, because that's how he is. That's freedom for him. It's his choice.
You're right that his dad will have a bigger impact with his last word, but I don't want him to die.
I know. Straight in the eye. Look at him while he dies, bitch.
Proceed!
He just walked to his death.
Yeah, it was a choice. No one is screaming or enjoying this.
Now. Go.
I want it to be quicker.
I mean, just since he just walked to his own death, you know that the death would have been long and painful because it was just suffocating. Suffocating, sorry.
Why? It was the only way to start it. He knew it was the only way. Start what?
A fucking war.
A fucking revolution.
Look at them.
It awoke something in them.
No underway.
Yeah.
You thought you were doing something? Well... well...
Another sacrifice for the cause. And that chest of ours only gets heavier.
Goddamn yes.
How many do you imagine soldiers in the English force? How many do you imagine will face?
500, more or less.
From what I saw, I'd say 7 is a reasonable guess. I walked that beach today. The terrain inland may be to our advantage, but that beach is not. It'll be an uphill struggle to offer any meaningful resistance at all to their landing. I understand your tactical deployment of the Walrus. I also understand you intend to place your Mr. de Groot in command of her. But he wasn't your first choice. It was supposed to be Charles, wasn't it?
Are you suggesting a better replacement?
Himself?
Yourself?
Me. England may have removed Charles Vane from our number. There is too much of him in me for England to fully will him away. I will be our Charles Vane.
The legacy, man.
He lived through him.
Nice that he trusts him to do that, because he'd be literally the first, obstacle. You learn from the best.
Make him proud.
I will not go into battle alongside undisciplined conscripts. The force I bring to bear is sufficient to combat whatever awaits us.
Jesus, he wants the force you bring to bear. He took that cash with the express purpose of compelling us to commit your force to a battlefield of his choosing. If you allow him to dictate the terms of battle, you court a disastrous outcome.
Next episode.
If he expects your force, then we must send that which he does not expect. For we will have victory against this enemy.
I don't know.
There is no alternative.
Shit. She's honestly the best to be in charge of this, considering, like I said last episode, that they all know each other.
True.
Just returned from around the point. The word is spreading throughout the Bahamas.
Charles is dead. You're gonna do something?
Governor in Nassau hanged a pirate.
Please, we need your help.
Made an example of him,
We try,
to show
please.
that he is the steward of law and order in the West Indies. He is resolved to be the Englishman who ends piracy in the New World. The pirate he hanged in the square was Charles Vane.
Get mad.
What do you want to do about it?
Revenge! We need to avenge!
Fuck! For sure he's gotta do something. When he left, I was saying that can't be the end of Blackbeard in this show.
There's a reason why Charles went back to Nassau. There's a reason why Blackbeard will be back.
He did not agree with Charles' reason for coming back, so he let him go on his own. But it comes down to the fact that he cared about Charles Vane. He was supposed to be his legacy. And it's what he represents and why he got killed. Like, everything he just said, like, what he was trying to do, what Rogers was trying to do, implement himself as the law here and how he's going to end piracy and their way of life. So not only is he someone he cares about, but it's also, like, the reason why he's been killed in that manner, why he was made an example, you know, that goes against everything Blackbeard is, right? That goes against everything he values. He cannot do nothing.
True.
But yeah, R.I.P. Charles. It was really, really hard. Like, the episode wasn't over. We have something else to film after this. I was trying really hard not to fucking crumble.
I really hope that he will have succeeded in making Charles escape and for him to survive. Survive. But I completely understand why he chose to face
do this
dead on.
It's really important, that shot of him walking off, like not waiting for it to happen, him walking off the woods and stuff, like the carriage, right? Walking off it on his own.
The plane.
Well, yeah, but like it was, he didn't wait for it to happen. He did it on his own because it was his choice. His whole character has always been about freedom, strength, you know? He lived in fear because he had a master who dictated everything to him, who told him what to do, who owned him. When he freed himself of that, his whole purpose was then to make that a possibility for everyone. Nassau was supposed to be that, like a place where you don't have a master, a place where you don't have to live in fear of someone else. Because for him, right, obedience comes with fear, pain. These people, you know, like if you don't follow their orders, they're gonna hang you. It's that fear of death that makes you comply. He, in order to send a message of, I know you signed those pardons and everything because you're afraid of what they can do to you. I'm here to show you, like, in order to, you know, have them change their mind and fight the good fight for him. According to him, he needed to be the example that I am just like you, or I am just like you used to be, and I do not fear death. So I'm gonna let myself die here to make you understand that this is how strong I am. I'm choosing this. Because if I fear death, and I fear that they can, you know, kill me, then I am basically just their slave. They are the masters. They own me, and he's against that. Choosing to die here didn't give them any victory. It's not them that won over him. He chose this. He let it happen. If he had let, you know, Billy do his thing and escape, tail between his legs, he would have showed that he was afraid of what they could do to him. This was his ultimate victory. This sent a message of strength, sent a message of, you know, I don't care because I know I'm fighting a good fight. In order to, you know, fight for freedom, stuff like that will happen, and I am willing to do this.
But they cannot hang all of them. They
Exactly.
all of us.
At the end of the day, he's saying, if you stop being afraid of what they can do to you, you will eventually prevail because there's a lot more of us than there is of them. He sent a strong message, and you see someone like that with his history say that and then walk to his death, and then you help him like not suffer and everything. Like, will you be the person being like, yeah, in the back? It was so silent. I love that, you know, when he was led to the gallows, basically, we couldn't hear anything because it didn't affect him, right? It's not what mattered. He was in complete silence because I think he achieved that peace.
Yeah.
But not in the way that the priest was talking about, right? And again, that silence happened when he died. He found that peace in that last choice of his. Because he achieved what he wanted to do. He created the rebellion. He basically started the movement. And these people will then be his legacy. They will be the ones fighting back to get that freedom like he wanted. His death did so much more. But it is really, really hard to see him go. I really love that he turned and watched Eleanor in the eye until the very last second.
My death will achieve so much more than you will amount to something.
What you try to do, like, that's not your victory. Basically, you thought you were winning over me in this, right? Like, you thought you were making me nothing. Like, no one was gonna bother, no one was gonna, you know, remember me or whatever. He basically turned all her efforts to nothing in that moment. Because he made his death important to him and everyone
and you know
fighting
what?
for him.
If Eleanor didn't try to rush things and bypass the law, she will have succeeded. The revolt would have maybe not have the same impact.
It would not have happened because he would have gone to London. He wouldn't have been surrounded by pirates. He wouldn't have given that speech to people who cared.
Yeah.
But trying to, basically, she was faced with hardships. I think that she went back to her old ways of not listening, like not following the law, basically not backstabbing per se, but being a crook.
What I meant is she rushed things and she decided to
but that's what I'm saying.
Pass the trial and just hang in the next day.
She had a trial, but they did not have, she didn't follow the law because what she said earlier was that they did not have an appointed judge, and I don't think they had the power to appoint a judge. here, right?
Yeah.
Or not in that short time, right? So she did not follow the law in order to rush this, have his trial happen at night, so no one was going to be there. Like, basically they were rebelling and stuff, and she knew that if put on display, people were going to realize that they have a lot more to hate from her than Charles, right? Because if you put his crimes on display in front of people who used to follow him, they might realize that her crimes, like, they care more about than his.
Yeah.
It needed to happen. Like, if they were forced to let it happen here and avoid, like, a revolt or whatever, avoid, like, a fight, it needed to happen when no one was around to truly listen to what was going on, because she knew that there was not going to be an easy way out of this, because they hate her too much compared to, like, what Charles can represent. And I feel like maybe she was afraid that it was what was going to happen if she had the trial in front of everyone following the law was what happened in the past with her and Charles. Maybe she believed that they were going to be hypnotized by what he represents, like she was hypnotized by what he represents. Like, she wanted to steal in a, I think, very personal need for revenge. She needed to steal his power and what power he has over the crowd. And I think since she was in charge, she also needed to prove herself to Rogers and his people, because they don't believe she can do this. Yes, she did say, like, I know I'm going to do something that you're not going to agree with, but with time, I hope you're going to understand, because she did not follow the law, and this is so going to come back and bite her in the ass, especially since she said that in his name, Roger's name. If people start questioning it, they're not going to necessarily question her. They're going to question her and him.
Yep.
And he's not going to be happy about that, and that's going to come back, because people now are going to be angry that Charles got hanged. They're going to want to fight for him, and now they're going to, raise the fact that his trial happened overnight while no one was there. The judge was not legally appointed. Like, everything, everything that Max said was going to happen literally happened. Everything Billy was trying to do also happened. Now people are going to be like, okay, it wasn't Rogers following the law. It was Eleanor manipulating the situation to get her revenge. It was a pity death, and it was worthless, and Charles didn't deserve that. If we were all pardoned, why couldn't he? Because Eleanor hated him. So that's not fair. And they're going to turn on them. So that's basically they won over her because she tried to rush it.
Eleanor, you fucked up so bad.
And, like, despite everything she says, like, yeah, okay, her speech to Charles was fucking powerful. I get that. I am having a hard time.
I have such
feeling
a hard
bad.
time feeling bad for her, like you said, yeah.
I feel like, yes, it comes down to how her father dismissed her, and now she's so desperate for acknowledgement from a man. And everyone around her, to be fair, but she is attracted to strong men who make her feel strong.
Not necessarily a man. Maybe Max is not a man. It's just people and...
Yes, but she pushed Max aside.
People in a position of power over her.
She pushed Max aside to get that strength and prove something to her dad. And then Charles was a strong man that basically, it's kind of like, you need to feel strong, so you go after strong men. She goes after strong men. I'm not saying that because it's what happens all the time.
She goes after people who can give her strength or position of power.
Basically, it's kind of like, you need to prove yourself that you're strong because you've been pushed aside by a guy that you want. You want his approval, right? And he's not giving it to you, so you need to become strong and have him be like, yep, you did it, girl. The stronger she becomes, and then she associates herself with a strong guy like Charles. That guy becomes like, he's so in love with her, and she becomes strong through him. And I guess if you get a strong man like Charles to love you and follow you around and basically listen to you and stuff, that you get even stronger because you got that man to be in love with you and follow you around. That's a rush of adrenaline, I guess, for her. And yeah, maybe she did have real feelings for Charles at one point, but as soon as he started making her feel less strong, she pushed him away. He did say, like, your father came back, started saying nice words to you, giving you that acknowledgement without, truly meaning them maybe, but you immediately went to him and pushed me aside because my purpose was done, right? You wanted me to make you feel strong, and as soon as I got in your way, you pushed me aside and went to your dad.
Since in our mind it's always a competition, I cannot be strong if you are strong. We cannot be strong in our own way. I feel like she's in constant need of acknowledgement
by the people in her life. So in this case, for Eleanor, it's the men in her life, right? She's in constant need of pats in the back and just acknowledgement that she's strong. But unfortunately, people saying you're strong doesn't make you strong. You need to be strong on your own without like the need for a man around you to confirm that you're strong, right? But she's never achieved that. She's constantly searching for
acknowledgement.
Yeah. Like, she couldn't face her own death. Like, yeah, okay, she went back, she had that revenge, she needed to see Charles again and stuff. But as soon as a man showed up and told her, I'm giving you an opportunity to once again win, she took it. Because she cannot accept defeat, and she cannot stay strong in the face of defeat like he did in the end. Unfortunately, that's what I'm getting from her, right? She's so obsessed with, like, she keeps saying she doesn't care how people view her, but unfortunately, that's what she is. She is seeking the approval of other people, like the men that are important in her life. She's seeking their approval.
I mean,
and it's just like, unfortunately, like, these guys are using this to control you. At least her father, according to Charles, did that. And like, for him, he's saying like, yeah, now you're turning against me and you're saying like, oh, I don't matter and you want me dead and everything because I killed your dad. But he spent years with her listening to how she hated her father because he never really looked at her twice.
I mean, best example of comparison would be, for example, Max and Charles, who had things, status, lost everything, adapt, change themselves, and gain stuff in return.
But they gain strength on their own.
They change themselves and gain stuff on their own.
Basically, it's like she cannot be strong.
What's the name of the old madame? What's her name again?
I don't remember.
But the old madame, she said it best. Eleanor, she has new dress, new clothes, new people that surrounded her, but she's the same
self-destructive girl.
The same old Miss Guthrie. She's the same woman. She never changed. And she repeat the same mistakes.
Beyond that, it's because like, she's stopping herself from becoming truly strong because her strength depends on the approval of the people around her. She needs to affiliate herself with someone strong that can confirm to her and that yes, she achieved that status. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be true strength. And unfortunately, because she backstabs, because she tends to go towards like the next best thing, because it's never, like I said, it's never going to be enough. She's always going to need more acknowledgement. So Charles was good for a while, and then her father came back, and he was the next best thing. So she destroyed her relationship with Charles in order to get the approval of her father.
It's never going to be enough.
Yes, because she's constantly...
Because of that.
Because that's not true strength. It's just, it's someone else's view of you. It's never going to be enough. And unfortunately, that pushes her to destroy relationships instead of settling with that partnership or that love or whatever. And she creates her own enemies. Because these people go all in with her and then they get backstabbed. She got an enemy out of Max because she couldn't settle for Max. She had a thing with her. It wasn't enough. She went with someone else, pushed Max aside, created an enemy.
She could have something great with Charles, wasn't enough. She could have something great with Max, wasn't enough.
Then she had her father for a while, but that we know from what Charles said apparently that that was a lie.
No, too much bad blood with her father.
Yeah, but that was a lie.
So that was a lie. Yeah.
If he sold her out in the end, like everything he said, and that's why she got so angry and she screamed, like so many emotions, because you're basically hearing what you believe. That's your insecurity said out loud. That your father was not really there because he cared. He was there because he could use you in that moment. And you're just pissed because like this is what you've been fearing and he's saying it, confirming it. So you get angry. But everything happened because you couldn't just fucking settle for your own strength and what you mean to yourself. You had to go for someone else's approval. Someone who doesn't necessarily care, and you're destroying bridges and then they come back and get their revenge. You're calling him names and you're putting him in the ground. In that moment, he was so much stronger than you and he took it all and he won. I'm saying he won. And you're just left with the consequences of your own actions because you were too afraid to face the truth. And like I said in the episode, everything she said about Charles, you could turn on her. She did worse. Yeah, he killed her dad. What did you do? You got a bunch of men killed in season 1.
She killed his own crew.
Yeah, you got him you made him lose everything at one point, and he came back from this.
She made him a pariah. She blacklisted him in season 1. She killed his own crew. She isolated him. She did worse, way worse.
Unfortunately, the thing is, she takes from other people, but they find the strength to come back stronger.
And
Well,
she
when
can
it
take
happens, and when it happens to her, she lashes out at them because she's not strong enough, unfortunately, to walk
handle
away
it.
from this.
Yeah.
It's sad because I don't like I don't want to destroy the character. I don't want to put her down or whatever. But right now she's being petty and she's letting everything control her, those emotions and stuff. And literally that feud with Charles that she wanted to take care of is gonna probably put shit in her relationship
That's what
with
I'm
Rogers.
saying, that we've seen people in that show like with Jack, Charles, Flint, John, Max, all of them had stuff, lose it, went back down, like people beat them down, they went on the gun and found the strength to stand up again and be strong.
It's because
but Leonard doesn't know how to do that.
It's because they fight for themselves and what they believe in. They're not doing it for anyone else's approval or whatever. They're not doing it for other people. Not technically. It's sad to say, but for someone who keeps saying that she doesn't care, yes, she cares too much and it's gonna destroy her. Because
Unfortunately, Leonard is chasing ghosts right now.
I mean, it brings me to, you know, when Charles was saying, like, what I have to repent or not repent, like, it's between me and God. And if I choose to tell him about it, I'll do it on my own. Like, I don't have to tell anyone. He has no regrets because, or if he has regrets, he deals with them on his own. It's not about anyone else but him. And if he has something to say, it's going to be between him and God, like he said. He made his choices and he's facing his consequences. Whereas Eleanor makes choices, and when consequences show up at her door, she can't deal with them and she pushes them to someone else. Like, her father dying was not because Charles decided to go on a murder rampage. He did that because she betrayed him. That was the consequence to what she did. Yes, you get the right to be angry, but everything she said, it was like he chose suddenly to kill Eleanor's father because he could. It was not about that. You make choices, you face the consequences, but she can't do that. She does not hold herself accountable, whereas he did. He literally was like, nope, I will not beg, I will not ask for mercy or whatever. I made my choices and I am here now. Fine. And this is true strength to me. That's why I respect him a lot more than I respect her. That's why it's sad when he dies. Even if it's a choice that I respect. And it was so fucking powerful. I will give it to him. He was strong in that moment. That fucking speech. The fact that when he got to that the gallows, everyone was screaming and throwing stuff at him. But when he died, no one cheered. That is strong, man. That's powerful. It's not a dignified death. He didn't go out in a blaze of glory or whatever. But
I mean, his word had weight for them, so
still, like, it's kind of like you're taking his death and showing it like it's just, it happens and it takes time, right? It's not dignified, but it had so much weight. It's a victory to me.
Jack and Anna will be so sad.
But I think they expected him to die. I don't think they believed that, like, Jack saying that you know, treasure represents so much sacrifice and eventually might also represent Charles' death. Like, that money means a lot more now than it did before. And that's why I was wondering, like, is he asking himself, was it worth it? Because, like, now all of that is in that chest. So what you do with it will basically balance out those sacrifices. So it better be worth it. Better be big, right? So they need to win this. I love that he's going out there saying, I'm going to be Charles for you, right?
Really big shoes to fill.
He is literally the life that Charles exchanged for his own, in a way.
Yeah.
So I guess he's got to be worth that legacy, which is funny because, like, Blackbeard had this whole thing about how, like, he wasn't worth it. And now I'm like, he is going to be Charles Vane's legacy, which brings me to the one thing I did know about Charles Vane's life. I did know he was hanged.
Really?
Maybe not in the show, but I knew in real life that Charles Vane was going to be hanged. I also know, I don't think it's going to be in the show. If it is, a spoiler alert, but I also know what happens to Jack and Anne.
I don't want to know.
But you kind of know because that you saw in the game.
don't remember.
But I don't know if they go there with them, like if we see the end of their story, because technically it's not right after Charles, right? Like that whatever happens to them happens. It's supposed to be a few years after that. So I don't think we're gonna get there, but having Charles' death here, like as soon as he got arrested, I was like, we're setting up what actually happens to him in real life. So I did not have much hope that he was gonna get out of there, but I didn't think it was gonna happen like this, and this was
beautifully done,
worthy of a character like him, I think. I think it was beautifully done, even if it was fucking sad. Now we're gonna face that fight. Eleanor keeps piling on the mistakes, I feel, because she's not really thinking about it. She knows these people, which is her strength, but they know her too. They don't really think she's in charge right now, but still, they expect. I love that Jack is on their side, by the way. Like she was saying, Flint is gonna expect your men. We're gonna have to add a lot more to surprise them. But I love that, yeah, she would have been right, but now Jack is on the other side being like, how many did you expect? 500? Okay. More than that, man. But that's his thing. He's been with these people. He expects stuff. He's a strategist.
He heard it all.
In this show, at least, he's the brains.
He talked with Roger, so he knows it all.
And he's got someone
he got brains also.
He's got a legacy to fight for and a name to put on those papers and history books. So they're gonna do some stuff, but it's gonna be really, really difficult because they are outnumbered. And yes, they have the advantage, but like those people on the beach, so Jack and his crew and Anne, they're gonna have to survive this first, and then after that.
But now we kind of expect Blackbeard to come and help us out.
Now I expect Blackbeard to do something, and maybe I'm thinking maybe next episode, while we're struggling on the beach and we're near defeat, he shows up with his fucking ships and helps us, and then the bigger players will get inland and get
if
massacred.
not for the fact that he just learned that Charles has been hanged, is the fact that Rogers said that he's gonna put a hand to piracy. I mean, that's his lifestyle.
For a guy like Charles to be made an example like that, those words did not work with him at all, for sure. So he's gonna be pissed enough to do something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm expecting him to show up on the beach, or maybe intercept them and do something. But I'm expecting that, and I'm expecting the rebellion that started thanks to Charles in Nassau will also create some stuff. Maybe as soon as the army leaves, they rebel and go after Rogers because he's still in bed, or they start doing whatever. But this is next episode, we're gonna have to focus on that, and then later on we're gonna have to think about Spain showing up too. So,
but before we end, do you want to talk a bit about
John
John and Flint's conversation?
They're just confirming everything I was thinking about last episode, but basically he's becoming like Flint, and I love that Flint is like, see how hard it is? You have judged me and complained about how I do things, called me a monster. When you're in my position, when you're in my shoes and you have to make the choices I make, you realize slowly what it's like to be in charge, what it's like to have people not follow your orders and have to face the consequences of that.
When you see that your own crew disrespect you and do not follow your orders on your own words, you need to show that you're the one in command.
Well, actually what he's saying, I think, is more like, this is the obvious way you're gonna respond. I understand that. He's not saying you have no choice but to do that. He's saying, I've been there, so I understand what truly went on. You were not really trying to...
I mean, he just said that you saw a gleam in his eyes that, bitch, please, go, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
Well, basically.
And it is true that he did act after what Maddie? What Maddie said, when I talk, my man, listen to my words and do as I say.
It's beyond...
His man did not listen to his word and what he said. So, yeah, I can understand the frustration a bit.
That goes to what I was saying about fear. I think he's realizing slowly that not only is it necessary in order to keep a tight ship, right, to show that you're not their friend.
You mean a tight leash, you mean?
No, it's an expression, to keep a tight ship, right? To keep order on the ship and stuff. So still, he might start using fear and stuff, but beyond that, Flint pointed the fact that you did not just do that because it made sense. You did that because it made you feel good. You're embracing that darkness because you're enjoying the power it gives you, and it's that pride, you know?
It's tempting.
The more in power you are, the more you're gonna react maybe when that power is challenged. And he's not saying per se,
to not say no, but just be careful.
no, he's not
with
telling
it.
him what to do. He's basically showing him that he's been there. He understands what he's going through and how he feels. I understand you perfectly. You thought you understood me. I understand you now. And he's saying,
I've been there. I've done that.
literally, he's saying, I've been there. And he's warning him. He's telling him being me means embracing that darkness, but also being strong enough to control it so it doesn't consume you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's seeing him get to his level, which is what he wanted, but it's gonna be dangerous. And now that he's there, it's kind of like, yes, he's also saying welcome, because I think he was surprised, genuinely surprised that he got there.
You've been there. Huh.
No, but he was genuinely surprised that John, John could do that, considering what he was saying before and how he was and how he didn't want to sacrifice anyone and how he didn't want to hurt anyone when they were marooned and stuff, like all that stuff that he was saying before. Now he understands Flint's choices because he's in the same position and he's starting to see how easy it is to slide into that monster category.
Yeah.
So Flint is basically saying, I am in constant, in a constant struggle not to become consumed by this. So welcome to my life, but be careful. It's both a welcome and a warning.
I'm gonna be a great mentor.
Mentor.
A great mentor.
I don't even think he's trying to mentor him. He's just saying, you wanted to see what it was like to be me, so now be careful. He's literally just saying that. But yet, I feel like we're at a point where the teacher was trying to show his student what it was like to be in charge, but the student could never really understand until he was in those shoes and he started making those choices. And now that he's here, he is at risk of surpassing, and he can't. It's gonna be too dangerous. You need to let that in a little bit in order to stay strong and make the hard choices, for sure. But if you allow that to take over, you're gonna end up with only enemies. Like, you need to find the balance between the two. It's gonna be interesting to see how he does that maybe next season. But yeah, so farewell Charles Vane, and also farewell Mr. Scott, because he also died this episode.
We lost two great men today.
Yep. It's a bit sad, like, you know, with the Eleanor situation where Maddie was saying to her father, I know you're gonna have two daughters fighting in this, but
she also
even in the end,
in the back.
But that's the thing, even in the end, I think he at one point cared for Eleanor, but he never forgot, or at least she reminded him that she's not his daughter and their ties are not as strong. So everything he did, even when it comes to, you know, helping Eleanor or whatever, he did it for Maddie, and at the end of the day, when he's about to die, he's not thinking of Eleanor, he's thinking of his daughter. So it's sad for Eleanor, but again, that's the thing. You keep burning bridges and you don't really settle for what you have. You're constantly betraying the people that you care about or you claim to care about in order to have more, and that's going to land you completely alone with a bunch of enemies going after you.
True.
So next episode we have the final fight to stand for
we
piracy.
need to have a fucking win, please.
There's a season after this, so if we win, then I guess next season is about fighting Spain, trying to keep that freedom. Do we get rid of Rogers completely? This next episode, I don't know. He's not even around, so I don't think so. But unless they take care of him in Nassau, but
I would expect Eleanor to just get rid of Rogers.
I don't know. It's interesting because
she might be able to get rid of him.
It doesn't feel like we're close to the end, but in a way, it also feels like we're close to the end. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but we'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this, it is on our Patreon. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the finale of season 3 will be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.